I just bought a gold mine for $750,000. Was it a good idea? Probably not, but stay tuned to find out. Alright, so I'm just in a plane right now headed to the gold mine, and you guys may be wondering why am I in a plane? Well, it's because there's a road ban on the road to the mine. So that means from April to June, the only way to the mine site is this plane and this airstrip. So let's try to land this plane. Yeah, that didn't go the way I thought. It was pretty rough. We locked up on the brakes, we used half the runway, but at least we're on the ground. So there is a vehicle here for us to travel to site. The thing is, we gotta find it. It's been parked here for a couple years, so everything is overgrown. Oh, there it is. So now that I know there is a vehicle here, I'm gonna go back over to the plane, get that moved off the runway because it is a shared airstrip. I need to move it just in case somebody wants to land here. And over here seems like the best spot. So I get the plane moved out of the way and everything locked up. I got my bags, so we're gonna go over, put everything in the Suburban, but the first thing I gotta do is grab the key. The previous owner said he leaves it on the bumper. Hopefully it's still there. Let me just take a look. Okay, so I do have the key. It was exactly where he said it would be. The first thing I need to do is go around back so I can get my bags put in the back. Now that I got my bags put in the back, the next thing I need to do is pop the hood. That way I can get the battery hooked back up and we can get on our way. The reason the battery is disconnected is because at the end of each season, they disconnect the batteries and everything. So when they get back up here in the spring, they're able to have enough power in the battery to fire everything up. Alright, I get the battery hooked up. It should be enough power, I hope anyway. That way we can get to the mine. I don't have an extra battery here or in the plane, so yeah, this could be bad. Anyway, for the moment of truth, will it start? I sure hope so because we need to get on the road. The road is pretty rough right now where it is spring. It's starting to thaw out, so it's super muddy, super rough. We have roughly an hour and a half to get to the mine, and that's if the road was in good shape, which is not. Oh, that's not good. So the brakes aren't the best on the vehicle. They definitely don't work, so we gotta make sure we put in low gear going down these hills. That's gonna be one thing I'm gonna have to get fixed once we get money, but right now we got $4,000. We just got enough for fuel once we're able to get a fuel delivery when the road ban is lifted. I was told by the previous owner there is fuel up at the mine site in a tank, at least enough for those 2 months. I sure hope he's right, but the thing is, it's been a couple years since anybody's been to the site, so the diesel might not be the best. Hopefully it is, just to help me out, because if I could get emergency fuel delivery by helicopter, that's gonna cost $10,000 and I really can't afford that. Anyways guys, I've been driving for close to 2.5 hours now. We're on the road to the mine site, so all this land right here is part of the claim, but the thing is, the road is pretty rough. I'm in 4-wheel drive and I'm barely making it up, so I hope when spring thaw is done, the road dries out just to make it a bit easier to get up because I can't go that fast right now. And finally guys, we're up here, so I do see a couple pieces of equipment that's definitely going to help us get up and running. We do have some sort of track dump truck down there. We got an excavator. I think that's it for the major equipment besides the wash plant. But anyways, I'm going to pull up to the cabin and just get out, get my bags taken out and brought over, get everything settled away, and once we get that done, we're going to go around, make sure everything that's supposed to be here that was included in the sale is on site. If it's not, we're going to be in big trouble because I barely got enough equipment to get things up and running as it is, so I'm hoping everything is here. I'm just going to put my bags right here. The key should be under the mat, and let's get this door open up and just get our bags brought in. Wow guys, check out this place. So on the ad, it said it was a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom. I didn't realize it was this nice. They didn't have that many pictures, but let's check it out. We do have a loft up there that we could probably put an employee if we get one. Over here is a bedroom. I guess that's going to be mine. So what do we have behind the other doors? Let's go check them out. So behind this door right here is a laundry room. That's going to come in handy because we're going to have some really dirty clothes. And behind this door right here, we have a bathroom. So that's pretty much it for this cabin. It's definitely a lot nicer than I thought, and there's more room if I do need to hire an employee, which won't be for a while because I need to get some money going through the bank account first, trying to get some gold from the ground. But in order to do that, I need to get things up and running. But the thing is, I'm pretty tired right now. We had a long day of travel. It took way longer to get up here to the gold mine than I thought. But the way I look at it right now, there's not that much daylight left. I won't really get the things done I need to get done. But I did notice there is a driveway around back. I'm gonna go over there and park, unpack my bags, grab some food, go to bed, and try to wake up early tomorrow. That way we can get some stuff done. Good morning, everyone. It's the next day, and I'm pretty tired. I didn't really sleep that good last night. I don't know if it's where we're in a different spot. I just really found it hard to sleep last night. So it seems like it's going to be a coffee type of day. But anyway, let's try to get to work. So I did notice there is a weed whacker outside. So I'm going to grab that, go down to the wash plant. There is a lot of bushes down there that I need to get rid of. I'm just going to try to get everything cleaned up. And once that's done, I'm going to get the equipment fired up, make sure all the fluids are good. Everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. Travel the excavator down to the cut, start digging some pay, and get that brought up to the wash plant. I'm hoping by Friday I'm able to run all the pay we brought up, and that way we can get a cleanup done. Well guys, it's been roughly 45 minutes. I got all around the wash plant cleaned up as best as I could. So now none of these bushes should cause me a problem when we get up and running. So I'm going to put the weed whacker down right here. We do have an excavator over there and it's pretty new looking. It's in good shape. So I'm going to go over there, get that fired up, get the battery connected, check the oil and all that. And then I'm going to make my way down to the track dump truck we got down there and try to get that fired up. I think that might be a bit of a problem because I'm looking at it right now. It is in a ditch, so it might be stuck. I'm not too sure. I don't know why they would park it there, so that's going to be something that's going to take a little bit of time to get fired up and out of the ditch. But anyways, let's try to get this fired up and hopefully it starts up. Alright, here goes nothing. Yes, so it did fire up. I do need to test out the hydraulics just to make sure there's no major leaks or anything. That's going to be a big problem for me. So let's see if it can hold its weight. Okay, that's a good sign. So this excavator is a bit newer. It's probably, I'm going to say, close to 10 years old. It don't really have that many hours on it, so that should be okay. I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm hoping we don't have any major problems with it. Everything to me seems like it's running okay. So now, since I got the excavator fired up, we're going to head down to the track dump truck, try to get that out. So we're definitely going to need the excavator for that to try and haul it out. This would be a two-person job, but it's just me right now, so it's going to take me a little bit longer. So I don't know the make or model, but it should be good enough for right now. I did check all the fluids, they're good. I'm going to hop inside, turn the key over, and hopefully everything fires up. Yeah, that's not good. So I thought it would fire up. It seems like we're going to need some extra help. And I did notice there is a can of starter fluid in the excavator. So I'm going to go over there, grab that, come back over, spray it into the filter. This would definitely be a lot easier if I had an extra person here, but for right now, it's just me. So I'm going to spray it into the filter right quick, try to get it fired up, and hopefully everything goes the way it's supposed to. And now for the moment of truth. Will it fire up? Yes, so guys, it fired up. That's one thing we got done. Now for the hard part. We got to try to get it out of this ditch, which is going to be really hard. It's super greasy down here. There's a lot of mud. And if this don't work, we're going to have to use the excavator and try to haul it up. But I want this to work because where it's just me, it's going to be super hard to run two pieces of equipment to try to get this out. Yes, so we're finally at the ditch, guys. It did take me a little bit longer, roughly 35 minutes. So now I'm going to head over to the cut, bring this down, go over, grab the excavator so we can get some pay brought up. Oh, you got to be kidding me. The cut is flooded. Oh, guys, it's always something. So the cut is flooded right now. I don't know how deep it is, but it definitely looks super deep. So we're going to try to figure something out, get all the water out of the cut. It's not going to be quick. It's going to take some time. What can I do? So I can either dig a ditch or I can go up and grab a water pump, which I seen there is one up there. Now, I don't know if it's going to work, so we're going to have to go up there and try it out. Alright, so there it is. Now we're going to have to use the excavator to bring it down. I do have a chain. Hopefully it is strong enough to lift it down. I'm just going to get out, guys, to double check, make sure everything fires up before I bring it down, because that would be a waste of time. Alright, so everything seems to be working the way it should. There's good suction, so we're going to get this brought down, get the hoses brought down so we can get everything hooked up, and within a day or two, the cut should be drained. So it's been roughly 35 minutes. We got everything brought down. That took a little bit longer than I thought. It started to swing, but we're going to get the chain disconnected. That way we can get it fired up. Start the process of draining the cut. Now, I do have the hose going down that way. I'm hoping it's not going to flood out there, mess up our road, so we got to be careful. But I really don't have the time to do this right, so it's going to have to do. So let me get this turned on. There we go. So I do have it fired up. I see water coming out the other side. The only thing is, it's going to take a while. Our pump is pretty small. Good morning everyone. It's been a few days, but I think the cut might be drained. So the last time I checked it was 6 a.m. It's been 6 hours. I'm hoping it's low enough that I can go in there with the excavator, haul some pay up to the plant and get that running. So right now we're going to head down there, make sure our pump isn't running dry, or that could be a big problem. We could burn it out. Let me just put the parking brake on because the brakes are pretty bad on this. So I'm looking at it now. It is pretty low, so let's get this pump turned off before it blows up. Now that I got the pump off, you can see the cut and it's really not that big, but there's still pay there, so we're just going to continue on down there. But before I do that, I need to put the Suburban up out of the way, try to get everything situated so we can get the excavator, the track dump truck brought down to the cut and start bringing pay up here. I don't know exactly where I'm going to put it right now. There's not really that much room up here by the wash plant, but we got to try to figure something out. So now that I got the Suburban out of the way, we're going to go down, get everything brought to the cut. We're going to start in the far corner. Hopefully there's still pay there. I'm hoping I don't hit bedrock right away or I'm in big trouble. And we got to go out and try to open up new ground. And we really don't have the money or the resources to really do it right now. So I'm betting a lot that there's gold in the ground right here to pay for the operation and to pay for the stripping over there. That's not going to be cheap. We're going to need a nice bit of money. But the thing is, we got to do it soon because the ground we got right here is probably enough for 3 weeks of running and that's it. Alright guys, so I dug this test hole right here just to see how far I can go down, and I can go down probably 10 to 15 feet depending how close we are to the face, but there's definitely enough for me to run probably 3 weeks. I'm going to go out, grab the dump truck, get it brought down, get the pay brought up to the plant. I'm going to spend probably the next, I'm going to say 3 to 4 hours bringing pay up. I want to make sure I got enough to run for at least 5 hours or even longer if possible, so let's get that brought up. The only thing is our truck don't hold that much, and where we go up a steep hill, I don't want to fill it up where we're going to start losing the pay at the back. So it's going to be a slow process, but this is what we got to do until we can get some money coming in to buy a bigger haul truck, which we're going to need. The excavator, I think it's good for now. It's a perfect size, but once we start getting into the bigger cuts, we're going to need a bigger one. So there is a lot I would like to get for this mine, and it's not going to be cheap. It's going to be close to $1 million to get the equipment and get the other cut prep. I'm hoping I can get that done this year, so next year when we come in, we don't have to mess around. We can just fire up the equipment, start hauling pay. I am getting ahead of myself. We need to get this cut cleaned out first, make sure there's gold in the ground right here before we can even suggest going over to the other spot and trying to get that done. So we're gonna go up this hill. This truck isn't the fastest. We're definitely going to be upgrading this first when we get the money. It's just too small even for the small operation we got. I could possibly fix the haul road, but I'm hoping probably in 3 weeks we're not going to be down in this cut, and that's just a waste of time. It would take me roughly a week just to get that road fixed up, so that means right now we're just going to have to struggle. Hopefully the road can last for those 3 weeks. If not, I might have to fix it up. Alright guys, so it's been a few hours and I finally got enough pay brought up to the wash plant that we're able to run. So I'm just going to take the excavator up there because as of right now all we have is the excavator and the haul truck, so we got to keep walking back and forth from the wash plant to the cut. So that's why I want to make sure there's enough pay up here that we could be up here for a while. But before I can start running the pay, I need to make a bench, move it a bit closer to the wash plant just to make things easier, because as of right now this excavator is perfect for us, but the reach isn't that good. So it's been roughly 35 minutes. I finally got a bench put in. It's not the best, but it should do. I'm just grabbing our first bucket. We're going to put in the hopper. There we go. So the water is on. We got good pressure. The trommel's turning. Everything seems to be working now. There is a noise coming from it. It's a loud scraping sound, but I can't really see anything causing that, so we're just going to leave it alone and hopefully it's nothing too important. I think after I finish up tonight, I'm going to go inside, talk to the previous owner, and just get some specs on this wash plant. I want to see how many yards it runs through, what is the max you can do, what maintenance needs to be done, what was done, and where can I get the parts for this wash plant, because it looks pretty old. It's definitely going to be hard for me to get the parts. There might be universal ones, but I don't know. So that's why I'm going to contact him, make sure I can get all the information I need, and I'm hoping by doing that, if we do break down, we're going to have the proper parts up here that we need. We can get it fixed within a day or two, and that way we don't need to wait a week for a part. The only thing is, I can't buy any parts right now until we get money coming in. So let's keep running this pay dirt. Hopefully it's going to be paying good. Now, I don't have any drill reports of this area. That's one thing they didn't do, which isn't a good sign to me because it's really a gamble. We don't know if there's gold here or where it is. Alright guys, so it's been roughly an hour and a half. I want to check everything out, make sure we're not blowing gold at the sluice run, so we're going to bypass the water right quick, make sure everything is going good. There is stuff going into the ripples. Everything looks to be alright. There's no major dirt coming at the sluice runs, so I think we're good enough to keep going. Let's get the water turned back on and hurry up and get back in the machine. That way we don't whitewash gold at the sluice runs. So guys, we're going to keep going for the next couple of hours. I want to try to get this whole pile put through, but this is going to be it for this video. And if you guys are enjoying the gold mine series and would like to see more videos like this in the future, smash the like button, subscribe, and consider turning on notifications. That way you're notified every time I post a video. And until the next one, I'll see you guys later.